We're back live in LA. I'm just excited to be here. And the reason I'm so excited is because we're doing a TV/radio, but this is something I'm so passionate about. And the reason is because I'm a huge Roberto Clemente fan. So locally in Pittsburgh, you guys have to be very, very excited. And what this director is doing is tremendous. We need to get behind it 110%. So I'm so glad you came by, Richard. Richard Rossi. He's, again, the film is about to launch. You filmed it, Roberto Clemente movie, and I understand you have a guest with us as well. So tell our audience a little bit about your background, what you're doing currently with the project, and we'll get talking about it. So.
Okay, yeah. Well, like you, I love Roberto Clemente. My father took me to see him when I was not a little boy, actually, pretty small. I had a little Roberto Clemente baseball glove. We sit in right field. So I've loved him since I was a kid. I was 9 when Roberto died. Cried my eyes out. I was so upset. Wow. And I started writing stories about Roberto then. So I turned 50 about a week ago. So this is like 40, plus years of this story in me. And I shot it, edited it with the help of a very talented cast and crew, and we have a rough cut. We're starting to show the rough cut a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to be in Pittsburgh in April, and we definitely got to promote that for Pittsburgh, April 6th. Am I right on the date?
Yeah, April 6th. It's kind of a sneak preview. It's not a huge public premiere yet, but if the public, anyone out there is listening, any of your listeners want to come and see
or definitely watching it in Pittsburgh.
Just go to brownpapertickets.com, brownpapertickets.com, and search Clemente screening. It'll come up April 6th. And we're going to have a kind of a buffet dinner and show the first cut of the film. It's not finished, but it'll give you a very good idea of the film. And it's free. It's a donation-based event to raise some funds for the finishing and distribution of the film. And don't let that scare you. It's a voluntary thing, and we're collecting donations. So.
Okay. So the actor that we brought, what part do you play in the Roberto Clemente film?
Actually, I play a news person that's kind of a prejudiced, slimy guy.
I played that in wrestling, so I understand it.
I'm typecast.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But one of the things, like I remember when I was a kid, is I was born and raised in Lower East Side, New York, and even though we're more Mets and Yankee fans, being Puerto Rican, and most people don't know it because they think I'm Italian or something else.
Right.
The Puerto Rican community, when he died, came together, and more of the poor people from New York and the Puerto Ricans actually did more than the rich people did for the causes that Roberto was involved in. So and I knew Richard a long time, so it was good to get back to work with him again. We worked together before, and like I said, he typecast me all the time. I'm usually his pimp or the bad guy.
Well, Richard, I hope I can be in one of your films someday. I really would enjoy that, especially my days of a wrestler. We'll have to definitely make that happen.
I'm a huge wrestling fan, so we've got to get you.
Maybe we got to come up with a wrestling story about it, and we'll have to talk about that. Interesting. So now let's go right to the film itself. Okay. Is it about Roberto Clemente's entire life?
We pick it up when he's a rookie, and Roberto, in choosing his number 21, he was superstitious like a lot of ball players, so his name actually had 21 letters.
Right, okay.
Roberto Walker Clemente, and he picked 21, and the film has like 21 chapters based around those 21 letters. So R is rookie. It starts, he's a rookie, and they're hiding him. Okay. He was a minor.
Because he was considered a minority, they didn't want to promote him and make him the big star because they wanted the other players. Mazeroski, Dick Groat, people like that to be the stars. Yeah. They're like, no, we can't have him as the villain.
Yeah, in fact, Clemente was upset that in 1960 he finished 8th in the MVP voting. And so he dealt with racism from this slimy reporter here and some of the other slimy reporters, and they used to make fun of how he talked. Like if he said sister, he would have a little accent to it, like sister. They would spell it out S-E-E-S.
So he went through the same things as Jackie Robinson in a way.
Very much so.
But the stories weren't really told about him. Why?
Well, I think back then you know, Pittsburgh, and I'm from Pittsburgh, so I
It's
think I could say
yeah.
it was pretty racist. And I think we're improving.
Yeah, we're improving, but we're
Yeah.
not there yet. That's for sure. We're definitely not there yet.
I think we're improving. I know when I used to play guitar in the Hill District in some of the neighborhoods, they used to tell me, man, you're one of the only white guys I've even seen come in our neighborhood. So Pittsburgh, in a way, it's been like the South, you know, with
Right,
that
yeah,
kind
exactly.
of segregation.
Yeah, we're very backwards in certain.
Well, and you know, and also in those days, a lot of people in the East Coast, because I'm from there, you know, I can only speak about that, is they didn't really take Puerto Rico as part of the United States.
Right, exactly.
In fact, when I was a kid, people used to go, "Oh, did you get your green card?" I'm like, "I don't need a green card," you know. Yeah, and it's like, and then you have the different shades. You know, you have dark-skinned Puerto Rican, and you have the light-skinned like us, and people would just assume that I'm not Puerto Rican. And
So you have a passion for Clemente as well,
yeah,
don't you?
yes, oh yeah, he was a hero. You know.
He was a hero, definitely. Let me tell you a story. I told Richard on the line with Siobhan that basically my mom went into labor early, and that's why I was born January 7th, because Roberto died.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there's that.
You're a Roberto baby, oh my.
Yeah. So I
was born January
so I
3rd.
had the bobblehead of Roberto, and I was a huge collector.
Wow.
My mom just really made me so passionate about Roberto, and I'm so excited about my wife coming out to the event April 6th and different things. But we have to figure out, and this is for our Pittsburgh audience and also all over the world. And Mark Cuban, I'm speaking to you as well. The bottom line is, if we can get the right funding, this film will be tremendous, because it's the only true story about Roberto Clemente. We talked about this offline.
Yeah.
Explain that to our audience a bit. That basically, there's nothing really out there about Roberto.
Yeah, there's been a lot of documentaries about him and
Not a
and
full-length
things like that, but
feature.
not like a full-length feature with actors. And Jamie Nieto, who plays Roberto, is an answer to prayer for me, because he had all the components I needed. He's a great athlete,
Right.
two-time Olympian. He has the look, kind of the mixture of African American and Hispanic heritage.
Right.
He had the acting chops. When he auditioned, he came in and did a scene I wrote for him to audition with, which was a scene where Roberto's sensing God is calling him beyond baseball to really be of service. And there's a biblical verse, it's the theme of the film, which says, "No man has greater love than when he lays down his life for his friends."
Gosh,
Yeah.
wow.
And so he's doing a scene where he's kind of coming to this realization.
So he really had a great faith.
Oh, yeah.
Was he Catholic?
Well, he was a hybrid of several things. His mother was a Baptist background. I think his father was Catholic. Roberto was one of those people that was very intelligent, so he would kind of glean the good from different things.
I see, okay.
And put it, but he had a very much a feeling like God was speaking to him. Like there's a clip in the film from a real interview with Roberto that's rarely seen, where the guy asked him, well, you know, about going beyond 3,000 hits, and when will he get this record, that record? And Roberto says, and you never hear an athlete answer a question like this. Roberto says, how can I tell you in the future what will happen to me when only God knows how long I will be here, and there's a timing for me, and when I go to, you know, leave here and be with the Lord, that's not in my hands. Like, I mean, how many times does an athlete answer a question like that?
Exactly. It's just, so that's where the story is, and your faith, Richard, is one of the big things bringing to as well. And I think that for you, was it hard being a villain against Roberto?
Yeah.
I think it would be.
But you know.
But so have you acted in other things before this?
Oh yeah.
I've
worked with Richard before. I was on a TV show for a couple of seasons.
What TV show?
Yeah, Diagnosis Murder with you know, and you know, I've done a little bit here, a little bit there. So,
Are you from LA?
No, I'm from New York.
You're a New York guy,
Yeah.
but are you living in LA now?
Yeah. I've
Okay.
been here 18 years. Had to get 3,000 miles away from my ex-wife.
Edit that out.
No, this is all about
This is reality.
This is reality. This is reality when you come here with Neil. So what do you think? What is the call to action? What do you think is needed so that this can get in as many theaters as possible?
Oh.
What do our listeners and viewers need to do, especially if they're passionate about Roberto, to make sure that they get involved? What do they have to do?
Well, thank you for asking, Neil. If you go to indiegogo.com/ClementiMovie, I'll spell that out. It's INDIE, Indiegogo, GOGO.com/ClementiMovie. And you can watch clips on that site. You can share that link with your friends. You can donate. I think we have about 27 days or so left on that. It's a campaign to raise finishing funds. And if you come to the April 6th screening that my family and friends are hosting, it's also a birthday party for me on my 50th birthday.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so if you come and get a sneak peek early with Neil and myself and some of the others that'll be there, you'll see that, I think just from the rough cut, this film is really going to make a difference. I think, it's a film of heart, and I think we need more. Hollywood makes a lot of blockbusters with explosions,
Right.
and violence, and sex, and just kind of hardware
Right.
movies. But this is
Right.
a movie that is a great love story too.
Exactly.
His love for Pittsburgh
Okay.
fans, his love for his wife and
Okay.
family, his love for God, and
That's
it's
great.
beautiful. Story.
So what do you think as an actor, because he's passionate, because it's his baby.
Yeah.
What do you think the success of the film is going to be? Once it's all finished,
Finished,
done,
yeah,
what
I
are you
believe,
thinking?
I believe that this film is really, it touches people, because we had a screening at my house, and there was 40 people there, and everybody walked away kind of like a tear in their eye.
Oh,
You
wow.
know, it touched, it touches you, because it shows the different passions that people have,
Right.
whether they're good or they're bad, but they're there, and that's what life is.
And I think that's the important thing. And have you gotten a chance to talk to any baseball players from his era, telling them about this yet? Have you gotten a chance to talk to them at all about what's happening with Roberto and what you're planning to do?
I've had a few conversations with people close to the story. I had a couple phone conversations with one of Roberto's sons, who was very cordial and giving me some background on some things. Although our story is not the authorized family version or anything like that, or authorized by the Pirates, I've had the chance to meet quite a few of the players. As a kid, I used to hang out in the locker room and play hooky from school, and they used to have these businessmen special games at 12:30 p.m.
Oh,
and
wow.
sneak in
Yeah.
there. And the players were always so nice to me as a kid. And I've had the chance to see some of them more recently. I got to say hi to Manny Sandian pretty recently.
Oh yeah, is there a chance we can get Manny on the show to do a funner? You and Manny?
That'd be wonderful. I would love to do
I'm a
something
huge
like
Manny
that.
Sandian fan.
Yeah, I think
Tremendous.
he's underrated, because I think he was always so nice to me as a kid.
Between him and Tony Pena, they're my two favorite
Oh,
catchers
those
of
guys
all
are
time.
great.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, John, not to
That's
take
when the
a-
Pirates had a team.
Yeah. Oh, man.
It doesn't matter.
So what we plan to do is make so much money from this film, we'll buy the Pirates and restore them to their former glory. How's that?
Exactly. So maybe we need to get this on Shark Tank. Maybe I need to be here to
there you
pitch
go.
to the Sharks so that Mark Cuban invests the money in the
Yes.
film to take it to the next level.
Yes.
Let's get on the cast. Let's get it together. Let's get my producer Marcus to call Shark Tank right now, and we can go on Shark Tank, and I'll
There you
help
go.
present it with
I
you.
love it. Let's do it.
I really
Yeah.
think that's a good. So where can our listeners and viewers find out more information on you? Again, both of you. Let's go first to you. Where can they find info on you?
Actually, you can find information on me through Richard's site, so that'll be
Yeah.
just.
Do you have an IMDb one as well?
Yeah, you
Yeah, I
can
do,
do
yeah.
that.
What is that?
The problem is that there's another Joe Gonzalez.
Okay.
So they keep mixing us up. Everyone said, "Oh, you were in Death Wish?" I go, "No." No, that wasn't in Death Wish. So we're working on the name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
And it's the information.
Yeah, if you go to facebook.com/ClementiMovie.
Okay.
That's a site, Facebook site, facebook.com/ClementiMovie, and we're usually posting updates on the Facebook site. And of course, you mentioned I'm on IMDb, Richard Rossi, if you want to see my credits and background. But for the film itself, I'd say facebook.com/ClementiMovie.
We're heading to Shark Tank, and we need to contact the casting as quickly as
I
possible.
love
There
that.
you go.
All right, so thanks
bless
for
you. God
thank
bless
you.
you.
So
Thank you. God
thank you
bless you
everyone.
all.
You're watching Total Education with Neil, but you're also listening to the Total Education Celebrity Show, and we'll be back in just a moment.